This is 7 National News and in our top story. After a journey of over 15 months, Abu Dhabi-sponsored Solar Impulse 2 has finally completed its voyage around the world and returned home in the early hours of this morning. It will be remembered as a historical milestone for years to come as the solar-powered plane touched down in Abu Dhabi after flying over 40,000 kilometers around the world in nearly 510 hours. Its voyage began in March 2015 after departing from the capital to Muscat, and its homecoming has proved a point that it is possible to save billions of tons of carbon emissions and fly using solar energy. Taking turns in the single-seater 3.8 cubic meters cockpit, Bertrand Piccard and André Boschberg have flown Solar Impulse 2 around the world in 17 legs, crossing Asia, the Pacific Ocean, the USA, the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea, as well as the Middle East. Running solely on solar power, the entire aircraft is covered with solar panels, which are charging while the plane flies. A total of 19 world records are still pending by the World Air Sports Federation, particularly when André Boschberg accomplished the pioneering first of flying 5 consecutive days and nights over the Pacific Ocean from Japan to Hawaii, in the longest duration a solo airplane of any kind has ever flown. And when Bertrand Piccard achieved the historic crossing of the Atlantic Ocean in a solar airplane. The Swissmen have not only found their place in history, but also achieved their dream of making the most of clean energy. Piccard had developed a project outreach to promote clean technologies, while Boschberg pulled together the team that designed and constructed the aircraft, as well as organized the flight missions.
I had to make a normal landing. I just imagined it was a training flight and I was landing here and forgetting completely that it was the last flight of around the world, because I would have been in tears and couldn't have seen the runway. But you know, it was so difficult for 15 years, so difficult, so many challenges, setbacks, problems to solve, doubts, question marks, people criticizing us, saying they can never do it. So now today it's the victory of the perseverance of the team, the power to dream, the power to get out of our comfort zone and to try to create something different in the world, get out of the usual way of thinking and invent new solutions. So of course it's not only the celebration for André and I, it's not only the celebration for the team, it's the celebration for all the people who believe we can change something in this world and make it a better place. And all the people who don't listen to the resistance and all the ones who want to stay in the past. Let's go in the future. It's open. It's now. It starts now.
The UAE has issued a new decree to ensure employees' wages are fully paid within a period not exceeding 10 days from the due date, as registered in the wage protection system. According to news agency WAM, the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratization stated that the decree will come into force in October and will cover all companies employing more than 100 staff. His Excellency Sakar bin Ghabbash, the Minister of Human Resources and Emiratization, said that companies which fail will not be granted any additional work permits starting from the 16th day from the date of delay. The decree states that if a company delays wages by 1 month from the due date, which means the company has entered into the refrainment phase, the ministry shall inform the judicial authorities and other related parties to take all necessary punitive measures against it, prohibiting the employer from registering any new companies. If a company continues to fail to pay wages, the ministry will take necessary measures to enable the workers to move to another company. Administrative fines will be 5,000 dirhams per worker's delayed wage, up to a maximum of 50,000 dirhams in cases that include multiple workers complaining about delayed wages for over 60 days. Road accidents killed 59 people in Dubai in the second quarter of 2016, and most of them were caused by traffic violations. That's according to police data. This comes as 7 people were killed and 13 others injured in a horrific early morning accident this morning on Emirates Road involving a bus and a truck. The figure for the second quarter is higher than the casualty toll in the second quarter of 2015, when 42 people were killed on the Emirates roads. A police report published by a local daily showed 35 people were also seriously injured in road mishaps in Dubai in the second quarter of 2016, compared with 46 in the second quarter of 2015. There were also 198 injuries compared with 134 in the same period, while 273 suffered from light injuries compared with 306. Colonel Jamal Al-Banai, the acting director of Dubai Traffic Police, revealed that Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road was listed as the most dangerous road, which witnessed 14 deadly accidents in the second quarter of this year, as opposed to 3 in 2015. Emirates Road came second with 9 accidents involving deaths compared to none last year. Sheikh Zayed Road witnessed 2 fatal accidents in the second quarter of 2016 in comparison with 4 in the same period last year, and the Dubai to Al Ain Road saw 2 compared to 4 last year. New parking zones are being introduced across several locations in Dubai, and signboards indicating this have been placed in several residential localities. According to representatives from the Roads and Transport Authority, new parking boards were installed over the weekend in these locations, and parking meters will be installed during the coming week and will go live starting next month. According to a local report, a total of 1,500 parking units across various locations are being newly converted to paid parking lots. Parking lots in Dubai Silicon Oasis, Al Barshawan and in other areas in Bur Dubai and Diriyah are included. Earlier this year, the RTA restructured the parking system across the Emirate, introducing new zones and increasing the fee of some of the new zones. A total of 6 zones were added, with C, D, E and F added to the existing A and B zones. The Abu Dhabi Education Council has revealed that it has recruited 876 public school teachers for the new academic year. The education regulators said the new staff included Emiratis, but did not reveal how many Arab and non-Arab expats were also recruited. ADEX said last month that it had dismissed 272 teachers whose skills no longer fitted the curriculum, and 71 for failing to meet standards. Mohammed Ad-Dahiri, the executive director of school operations, said it was extremely important to bring Emiratis in to reinforce national identity. ADEX said teaching positions were still open for kindergarten, Islamic studies, Arabic, science, maths, English, social studies, physiology, physics, biology, chemistry and earth science. Social workers, special education teachers and psychologists are also to be hired. Abu Dhabi's Centre of Waste Management, Tadweer, has announced that around 74,000 tons of waste were collected in the capital during Ramadan and Eid. The body announced that about 60,115 tons was household waste collected during Ramadan, when food waste reached 1,803 tons a day, while waste generated during Eid reached 13,554 tons. The department added that they had set an action plan ahead of the holiday to ensure that roads leading to mosques and prayer areas were equipped with rubbish bins. It also unloaded Islamic scripture boxes in mosques and supervised public areas such as parks and the Corniche to discourage people from dropping rubbish. And finally, in the bulletin, as part of the plan to support the global film and TV industry to scout fresh talent while supporting aspiring actors, a renowned member of the Indian film industry has announced the launch of a new online platform called Konnect. At a press conference to mark the international launch of the new platform, the company founder Ranjit Thakur, along with representatives of production houses, stated that the new platform is expected to offer the ideal accessibility required by the industry. Described as a website that will support the current casting revolution, developers are expecting a large interest among subscribers who are seeking a breakthrough in their careers. It has been revealed that over 10,000 applicants have registered for the free-to-use service, which offers an individual up to 10 GB of storage space for them to add their showreels and professional photographs. Designed to scout new talent, panelists added that Konnect aims to reduce the time and costs for content creators to recruit personnel, such as film cast and production crew. Aimed at being an essential tool for producing films, developers stated that the new service should allow directors and producers to hit every vertical and interact with rising talent for their projects. To overcome the challenges with oversubscription or false accounts, panelists stated that there will be a team dedicated for verification to ensure credibility of candidates.
As Media Connect, we have a certification process that's only unique to us. That's a part of our patent document that we filed, is that we will certify a person who's registering, he's actually who he says he is. All the work that he's done will be there and certify that, this is actually his work. And third thing is if he has any references to provide in the industry who can validate his work. So all of these references, tick points are eventually will be loaded on the portal. And somebody who, if you are trying to find a musician in France and you go to somebody and you see his profile that's verified and he has great references with the industry who you can reach out to and connect with. I think those are the people you'd eventually work with cross-border transactions and with everything that entails doing business with someone potentially who you've not seen and met before you.
This is a way for people who are known or unknown to reach out with their work and really actually be able to create and collaborate. And there's nothing more exciting in the world than that today. I actually think that tens of thousands is just the beginning. I think we're going to be dealing with tens of millions and hopefully hundreds of millions. And I say hopefully because I'm hopeful that that's the case. And, okay, it's an avalanche, it's a tsunami, it's a huge amount of people to deal with. And of course, that's going to make it difficult, and you're going to have to be intelligent about how you sift through the material. But so what? I mean, what I say is like, bring it all on. The more the merrier, from the novice bartender in London who's like, hey, I'm good looking, maybe I could be an actor, to the very seriously well-trained actor in Kinshasa who's like, I've been on stage here in the Democratic Republic of the Congo for 20 years, and maybe now I can get some work elsewhere. And that's great.